Hi, I'm Luke Gordon, physical therapist with Gordon Physical Therapy. And if you're watching this video, it's probably because you've been referred to us for an FCE, which is a functional capacity evaluation, and probably have a few questions about what you're going to do here. So right now I'm the only physical therapist here with us that does FCE, so you'll be spending your time with me. And if whoever scheduled you probably told you that it's 4 hours typically. And what I see a lot of here is that I get people, I do about 2 of these a week right now, and people show up and they don't really know what they're getting into. I say, well, hey, did so-and-so mention what we're going to do or what's going to be required of you? And for the most part, people don't know. And that can lead to some anxiety and some tension. So I'm hoping with this video that once you watch it, it'll give you a better idea of what you're going to do here and give you a better idea of who I am, that I'm just, a regular person who's going to spend some time with you and help you get through this test. So basically FCE, again, functional capacity evaluation. What they want to know when they refer you to one of these is what can you do physically? What can you tolerate in regards to work typically? Now if you look at work, any job on paper, whether you were doing heavy construction or something more sedentary like receptionist work, what it'll look like on paper is they'll break down all the activities. So they'll have like how much sitting, standing, walking, lifting, carrying, repetitive use of the hands, reaching forward at various levels, how often can you go up and down stairs, crawling, kneeling, bending forward, all these different things. So they just break the job down into these different tasks. And then what we do with an FCE then is we go through and we just test each of those tasks and say, well, this is Mr. Roger here doing his FCE, and this is what he can tolerate. And so that's why it takes so long. The first thing we do, of course, before we do any of that is we go through your history so I can get a good idea of what your injury was, what kind of treatment you've had, what kind of got you to the point where you're now on the FCE. Because the average person who comes in for these is at least a year, if not 3 or 4, out on their injury, and a lot of people haven't worked, and they don't really know what they can do either. So that's what we're trying to do with an FCE. Again, that takes a while just because we got to go through all of those. I got to see what you can lift from various levels. I got to see how much you can push and pull, all these different things. And then at the end of the day, I put that together in a report, and it says, again, there's all these activities. Here's sit, stand, walk, lift, carry. And here's, again, let's call him Mr. Roger, on paper, physically, here's what you can tolerate in regards to all those different activities. I get that report then out. Typically there's a vocational counselor involved. Get it to them, get it to your physician, get it to your claims manager. If you've got an attorney, I get it to your attorney as well. And then I'm kind of a one-shot deal like that. So I get the report to them. They make decisions based off of that. They'll compare your physical abilities on paper to job demands and just kind of determine where your claim is going to go from there, whether it's going to go further into vocational or to look into different jobs or whatnot. And then one last thing I want to mention on this video is that at Gordon Physical Therapy and with me personally, I'm a third party to your claim. So I don't have any vested interest in your claim. I don't get paid more if you do more. I don't get more referrals, things like that, if I say you can do things that you can't do. I truly don't care. I mean that in the nicest way possible. I truly don't care what you can and can't do. The only thing I do care about is that I feel like you've given good effort, and then I can just tell people at the end of the day, hey, you came in, you gave it your best shot. You've got some limitations probably, and here's what you have to work with physically, and go from there. So I hope that video explains a little more about what the FCE is, and I would encourage you, if you are scheduled for an FCE, which again is a 4-hour appointment typically, if you have any other questions, reach out to me beforehand. Please feel free to do so. And if you've got an attorney and you want to go through your attorney, that's fine too. But anything I can do to kind of ease your mind before you get here, I think will just take a little stress off the situation and lead to a more positive experience. So our phone number here at the clinic, 509-892-5442. And like I said, I encourage you to call me if you have any other questions before you come in. I hope that helps, and I'll probably see you soon. Thanks.